Digital Romance TV.
Hello, you amazing people. I adore you, and welcome to this edition of Digital Romance TV. I am your host, Allana Pratt. I love your questions, and this one says, I am seeing someone who was amazing in capital letters, amazing on the first few dates. You can just hear the music go, dun 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 dun. But then she turned into a straight up crazy bitch. And as if I did something wrong. I acted like a gentleman, in quotes, and she never said anything. So I'm worried that this is a red flag of a manipulator. What do I do? I friggin' love this question. One, because I have very little to go on here to help you. But a couple things that immediately my gut sense is experience, wisdom, I don't know what we want to call it. But if she went from amazing in capital letters to crazy bitch mode, that is such a huge span of behaviors. I'm thinking she was probably on her best behavior on the first few dates, which, I mean, hey, let's give her a break. She probably liked you. She was probably doing her best. She wanted to look good, do it right, have you ask her out on another date. So there was a lot of masks potentially that she was wearing, and then apparently something triggered her, something pissed her off, and she erupted. She was angry. That's human. That's normal to get upset. However, it's really common when you're pretending you're someone you're not, kind of pretzeling yourself into somebody you think your partner will like, and then you just can't hold the pretzel anymore and you explode. That's number one. Number two, the way you responded with "you were a gentleman" in quotes, it kind of feels like you were contracted. You were doing the right thing. You wanted to also look good, do it right, be the nice man, etc. And so there's a little bit, I think, of a mirror thing going on here that you were probably totally enjoying her, and then all of a sudden something switched and you kind of went into a mask of like, oh crap, what am I going to do here? She's freaking out at me. So maybe you were also trying to be on your best behavior as a gentleman, which I'm not saying is wrong. I'm just acknowledging all that I can go on from this very short question. The possibility here is that you bring intimacy, authenticity, true, real communication, mask-free, best behavior free, just two real people together from the get-go. But now that we're not from the get-go, here we are having this explosion occur. Now it's time to be intimate. And a great way for a man, and believe me, I get that in the face of the ocean tsunami raging, it can be very uncomfortable for guys. I totally get that. And you can breathe, and you can be the banks of the river. And I certainly don't want you to take any abuse. I'm not saying that. But you can just non-judgmentally notice what's going on. And this isn't patronizing, and it's not superior. It's truly an allowance of what's going on, of her, of you. Just be real. You start to notice things. You know, is her breath getting faster or being cut off? Is her posture changing? What are you noticing about her? So instead of being the gentleman and pretending nothing happened and just, you know, saying nothing about the elephant in the living room, you could say, wow, I noticed that your breath is getting shorter right now. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. I noticed that your shoulders are looking tense. I'm right here. I'm listening. Is there anything you need? This way of not judging her but being curious about what's going on will do a couple things. If she's willing to be intimate too, if she's willing to be real too, put down her mask too, she'll be like, you know, you're right. I'm freaking out right now, or whatever. She's going to share her truth. She might even share an apology. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to project all of that onto you. It reminded me of, you know, who knows what she's going to say. But the idea is you stayed connected. The idea is that you didn't judge. The idea is that you didn't contract. And you're real. Because I got to tell you, most relationships that I know, you know, they're meant to help each other grow. And that's not all kumbaya, bunny rabbits, and rainbows, right? It's uncomfortable. So how are you going to be when things get uncomfortable? Maybe if the first 3 dates were indeed that amazing, capital letters, this is a good sign. This is a great opportunity to see, how will you navigate discomfort? And can you stay connected and in non-judgment and total allowance, and see what happens? Maybe she's a freak. Maybe it is time to move on. Maybe it is a red flag. But before you go to that extreme, I'd like you to reconnect and just say something along the lines of, the other night when we had a date, I responded to what I thought was your upset. I responded as this gentleman, and maybe that's not what you needed. Maybe you just needed someone to listen and not judge you. So if I did anything that didn't support you, I'm sorry. And I'm here to listen now because I care. I think you're amazing. And just be real. And let's just see what happens. The possibility is that you get closer. Worst case scenario, you move on, you keep dating. But at least you'll have grown and given her the space to step up and connect as well. So I hope that served you. Thank you for your amazing question. Keep the questions coming. I completely love them. Go to allanapratt.com for any other things that I could serve you with. Connect with me. Sign up for my newsletter, my weekly radio show, Intimate Conversations Live. I've got lots of books, CDs, DVDs, coaching, so many ways that we can take whatever's going on in your life, whatever blind spot that you might not see that I can see, I can tenderly and potently facilitate a change and a shift for you so that you can have the dating life and the relationship life that you deserve. I adore you to pieces. And until next time, all my love.